So I read this interesting article recently called "Who Will Be Safe in the Age of AI?" And it's about this guy named Chris Lyons, who's an industry leader in the field of AI and collaboration. And interestingly, just like our channel talks about this modern renaissance, he talks about this being a period of similar to the Renaissance in terms of societal change and effort. And his key concept that he talks about within it is shared genius of bringing people from different industries, completely different worlds together, like Kevin Durant from the basketball world, along with AI development or music collaboration and seeing how these fields coalesce together. So I thought it was a really interesting idea. I thought maybe we could talk about it a little bit. Do you have any thoughts about those ideas, Cynthia?
Well, thank you for sharing that article with me. I was fascinated by it. And my two takeaways were not only the shared genius, but the fact that AI is going to impact every aspect of our life, from culture and fashion and music. But the concept of shared genius, it to me is not a new concept. It's a concept that I've heard about for a long time from people like Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham, and she really talks about is co-creation. The most powerful, things that you can do in your life is when you co-create with someone else. The example I comes to mind is when you're a parent. Instead of just telling a kid what to do, you co-create and get their buy-in. Now, it doesn't mean that you let your kids control you, but the point is that even at work, if you have this project, it's better to co-create and get the other person's input and buy-in so they feel much more motivated to work on that project versus you just telling them what to do. What were your takeaways from the article?
Yeah, I think that co-creation concept is vital. And it's the realization, that through diversity, through various opinions, what you get is a stronger perspective, a greater perspective, one that's more capable of being, put to practical use out there in the world. And so this focus on, you and I created this channel together. We are collaborating. We're creating something greater than the sum of its parts. And that's what synergy is defined as, in terms of systems thinking. When you bring elements together, what they create is greater than what either could do individually. And that type of, shared genius, as he calls it, is vital in today's world. We can't solve issues in the world or help make it a better place if we just sit in our little silo and focus on what we know. um, I don't know what you know different things than I do, and by bringing it together we create something that's so much more vital and so much more viable and so much more useful to people. And I think that that principle, now what we have out there in the world is this technology called AI. We can riff with that, we can collaborate with that to truly make ourselves and what we create much more ideal, a much better outcome than if we just did it solely on our own. I know I've used it to help in all kinds of ways to expand my thinking. And it's a wonderful feature. And that co-creation aspect, there's 2 points to that to keep in mind. One is co-creation with others on this external material physical realm that we all inhabit. And then the other is co-creation with yourself in terms of what you want to create in the world, kind of with the being that you are. And realizing that, going to Plato's cave, there's a lower self and a higher nature, and you can get out of the cave and connect with that higher nature. And that's a type of co-creation that's really powerful. That's where you come from yourself, and then you share that with others, and it makes it even greater. So I think that's a really important concept to keep in mind. Are there any other thoughts that you had on the article?
Well, I love the aspect of co-creation with yourself, but I'm a people person, let's be real. And so for me, what I like is co-creation with others. And why is that so important to me? Because when you co-create with other people, you get a diversity of opinion. Because I only have my opinion based on my experiences in my life. But when you co-create with somebody that's different than you get a different perspective. And then when you come together, you have something that's uniquely different than I would have just done by myself. So I love collaboration with people. I love co-creating. And I think that you're right with AI as we move forward, we're not only going to have that shared genius, but now we have the added AI where we have so much more data and knowledge to use. So I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I think the future is bright. That's why we called it our channel, the Consciousness Renaissance, with AI capitalized, because it's a positive thing. It can be a positive thing depending on what we bring to the table with our intentions and our attention and the actions that we take. You can choose to collaborate with AI, taking that instead of individual human beings in a way that's, not that good, in a detrimental way if you choose to just kind of do mundane types of things. Or you can truly engage AI in a way to try to help transform yourself and, self-develop and become a more ideal human being. That's Plato's teachings were all about this. I mean, he said the nature of life, the purpose of life is education. It's to learn about yourself and how to engage the world in a better way. So what we have at this point in space and time is a tool, a technology. It may not be a tool for long. It may surpass us. But for now, we can utilize that to truly help make the world a better place. And that's something that's fascinating. I mean, and it all depends on us and how we choose to engage with that mechanism. Again, it's just all back to human choice. So we really need to think fundamentally, what do we want the world to look like? How do we want to behave in it? And what type of ideal future do we want to strive for? Because at this point in space and time, we've got the capability of making that happen. And it takes effort and choice and moving in that direction, but it's something that we can do. And I think that's really exciting. Similar feeling to what you have, Cynthia.
Shared genius is the future.
Yeah.